Hello. So today I'm going to make a quick video about how to finish your rig. We have this rig here that is totally done, so it's got some IK legs, got some FK arms, it's got even a couple blend shapes that we can access through the side here to make him happy. So my rig works, but as you can see in the outliner, it's kind of a mess because nothing is organized yet. So if I was to import this into another scene, this would be really like a pain in the butt to import. It would be all of these nodes messing up my new scene. So what we're going to do is go over how to organize your rig into just one root node in your outliner. So the first thing I want to do is we want to take these blend shapes. So we have 3 meshes, and I'm going to group them into a group that I'll call blend shapes. And I can actually just hide that. So I'm going to hit Control H and just get rid of that, because once they're attached, you don't need them anymore. Then the main mesh and the blend shape group, I can group into a mesh group. And I'm hitting Command G, but you could also go here into Edit Group to do this. I'm going to take all of my controls, group those, and put them in a group that I'm calling CCs for control curves. I'm going to take my joints, put them in a group called joints. Take my IKs, which I've actually hidden already, but and group those into a group that I'm calling IKs. Now, this is the important part. You need to take the joints, IKs, and control curves, put those in a group that we're going to call the rig, and you leave the mesh separate because the joints are driving the rig. So what we want to do here is now we have this one root node where if I actually move this around, I can move my rig. I can move up and down, I can rotate it, I can scale it. But it would be easier, instead of grabbing it over here in the outliner, if I made a control that would be my master rig control. So I'm going to create a NURB circle just at the feet of my character. Sometimes it's good if you want to give it a little point in the front so you know kind of which way is forwards on your rig, but that's not necessary. It's just kind of a nice user interface detail. So I'll take this and I will freeze its transformations and delete its history. I'm going to call this master control. And all I have to do here is actually parent my rig underneath the master control. And now, look, it's just under there. Now this control will do all of that same stuff. So I can position my character in my scene, scale it, etc., etc. So that is just parented under the master control. Now we have 2 nodes here, and for our final step, we'll take the 2 of them, group them together, and we're going to call this character or whatever your character's name is. And so we have this really nice hierarchy that has your master control, your meshes are off separate from the master control. Underneath the master control is the rig with the IKs, the joints, and the controls. And this is also when you can start hiding the things that you don't want people to be interacting with. So I don't want my animators to be touching any of the joints, so I'm going to hide those away. I don't want them to be touching my IKs either, so I'm going to hide those. With your mesh, you can actually put those potentially in a layer so that the only thing that you want people to be touching is the control curves, right? So you could put the mesh over here in a group or in a layer, so I can add my selected objects, and I can turn that into, if I hit R over here, that means it's just a reference node, so I can't actually grab my mesh anymore. All I can grab is control curves, and everything else is hidden. And so your rig is ready to go to be imported into another scene.